we have Michael Shack, who was a Chicago police officer, and he did a 3-year investigation in the Haymarket riots. And he wrote in Anarchy and Anarchists, which came out in 1889. He said that this incident was a step in a carefully orchestrated worldwide plan. This one riot in Chicago was not an isolated incident. It was part of a global plan. He says, let none mistake the purpose or devotion of these fanatics, nor their growing strength. This is a methodic and not a haphazard conspiracy. Not afraid to use the word. The activity in Russia is controlled by the same heads and hands as the activity in Chicago. So we see the communism and, with Marx and with Lenin growing in the in the late 1800s, going on to the Bolshevik Revolution just 30 years later. And that he understood that it was those same hands behind it in both places. This is a global conspiracy. Then in 1827, the Carbonari, Giuseppe Manzini, who was the founder of the mafia later on, as a part of this conspiracy, not as the head of, right, one of these tentacles. They start the young Italy, the young Poland, Germany, France. So just in every country, you'd start a group called Young That Country, fill in the blank, that country. And these were the organizations they were using to foment and to infiltrate the communities, infiltrate the conspiracy into their communities. 1848, we have the Communist Manifesto was published, and the Italian Revolution was planned that same year. Then 1900s, we have the Federal Reserve with the Council on Foreign Relations and the Bilderbergs implementing those same programs, where they're implementing a centralized credit in the hands of the government and building world government. And of course, that modern revolutionary tradition where communism, those principles that we see in the Communist Manifesto are really everywhere. So in 1848, the Communist Manifesto now was presented to the world, and the Communist Manifesto, Karl Marx and Frederick Engels state, quote, "The theory of the communist can be summed up in a single sentence: abolition of private property." This hasn't gone away. This idea of abolishing private property. World Economic Forum is saying that you're going to own nothing and be happy. So the idea that this is no longer a threat, it just changed names. We have to understand that the names change. They're not using the Communist Party, just like what we have with Carroll Quigley and Tragedy and Hope, where he says, no, the communists were just used as a tool by the roundtable groups. If we don't understand that, we're going to put the conspiracy behind just a bunch of kind of street level thugs instead of where it belongs. And so we see here with the Illuminati and the Communist Manifesto, the obliteration of Christianity, exterminating all religions, prescription of property, abolition of private property, repudiation of marriage, abolition of family, government control of the children's education, universal licensing of world government, eradication of countries and nationalities and total control of businesses, wrecking of civilization, manipulation of the people's thinking, and then replace God with supposed reason, the age of reason. And so in the Sunday Herald in 1920, Winston Churchill wrote, "This worldwide conspiracy for the overthrow of civilization has been steadily growing. It has been the mainstream of every subversive movement of the 19th century. This band of extraordinary personalities, meaning the Bolsheviks, from the underworld of the great cities of Europe and America have gripped the Russian people." And so the people that sprang out of those organizations, the Jacobins and the Illuminati and the Carbonari, were the ones that hired Karl Marx and Frederick Engels to write the Communist Manifesto. This is continuing to grow.